Network Entertainment.
Day 191. Paano kung tulungan ako ng birth chart reading?
Hi, I'm Joelle. I talk for a living and I'm an overthinker. Life keeps going and the questions keep coming. But I hope you find comfort in the fact na hindi ka mag-isa. Ang dami nating overthinker, no? Sa ups and downs, twists and turns ng buhay, paano kung ituloy lang natin ang paghanap ng kasagutan? Ready? Tara! This is Joelle's podcast.
Paano kung?
Powered by the Pod Network.
Hello, overthinker. Kamusta ang puso? Today is kind of a follow-up episode to day 141 where we introduce tarot reading. And wow, exactly 50 episodes after. Ang saya! Birth chart naman. Ang saya ng episode na yun because we got to answer some paano kung questions using tarot cards. And some of you guys asked for like another episode, which we'll definitely do again. But today, I wanted to talk about like another kind of reading na ang laki ding natulong sa, well, for me personally, and for many people also, as people go through life. So it's birth chart reading. That is our topic today. The first time I encountered birth chart reading was about like 13-ish years ago. Before that, ginawa ko lang personality yung fact na Libra ako. But, you know, there's more to that. And well, we have our guests today to talk more about that. But like, wala lang. When I entered that rabbit hole of like discovering the other planet, the other signs under the different heavenly bodies, ang saya. There's so much more to learn about that. So to dive deeper into it, syempre, we brought in the experts. We have Miss Prei of Beyond Senses coming back. She's back. Hello. Along with the resident birth chart reader, Miss Sophia. So, di ba, dalawa-dalawa ang kasama natin today. Hey, guys! Paano kung we talk birth charts with Miss Sophia and Miss Prei? Hey. Hey. Welcome back, Miss Prei, and welcome, Miss Sophia.
Nice to meet all of you.
Kamusta ang puso ninyo? Muna.
Hello. Ikaw ba muna? Ako muna, sige. Actually, this year, I started doing a lot of physical activities. Actually, parang form of self-love ko siya. And enjoy ko naman. So, it's really fun. Sobrang na-in love ako sa free diving recently. And kung makikita nyo guys, sobrang tan ko na.
I love it! The glow is there and the lungs are mas
challenging.
Mas napapractice. O saya.
Love that.
And ang puso mo, Miss Sophia?
Yung puso ko, I think it's very full in terms of like opportunities for me to like connect and even expand my social circle because I'm actually a very introverted person and I just graduated last year. So these past few months have been very surprising because they were quite unexpected. So even just being with you and with you guys and like being able to like talk and like reach out to other people, it's very very full. My heart is very full. I can't wait for more opportunities to connect with all of you.
Ang saya. I love it. Kaka-graduate mo na, ang dami na nangyari.
Yeah.
And it's so fun realizing how many work circles ang inikutan namin ni Miss Sophia. But
Yes.
we're focusing today on the birth chart aspect. I love it. So yeah, today, paano kung tulungan ako ng birth chart reading? That is the question. So, ano muna, para sa mga first time itong maririnig, what is a birth chart reading exactly?
So, of course, as a birth chart reader, usually po kasi, birth chart reading is basically, birth charts are a map or a reflection of who you are, both physical and psychological. So, it uses your exact birthday, birth time, and birth location to present the positions and alignments of the planets and the stars in the sky the moment you were born. So it's like as Prei like mentions it, like a cosmic blueprint of like the moment you were born, everything, these planets were the exact alignment in that moment. Wala, ang cool lang.
Ang saya, no? So para siyang pagkalabas mo sa mundong to, picture.
Chart.
That's the placement of everything sa family picture ng buhay mo pagkalabas mo sa mundo.
Yes.
Pretty much, right? But what got you guys into birth chart reading specifically?
For me, it was going back. Okay, I don't know if you guys know about those Tumblr posts back in the 2000s, and then like I remember like my friends were tagging me like, oh my gosh, Sophia, this is you. And then like meron dun a person who sings the loudest in the room. Tapos meron mga specific signs. Tapos nandun yung Pisces. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that's so me. That's so true. And then I started like making it like my personality, because I would like always look for it in magazines. Like I think the magazines back then, like K-Zone and Candy, and then they're like mini horoscope readings for twins, right? And then like, oh, they describe like what you wear, what you like, your favorite. So I got so curious into that. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then that's how eventually I started getting deeper and deeper into the study, to the point that my mom would bring me out to my relatives. She would bring me out to my relatives and say, oh, Sophia, you go out and then I have friends. You tell them their compatibility. Like you talk about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And then I just make kwento. Tas natutuwa yung mga tao. Kasi syempre, they get to discover like, oh, totoo yun. You know, they get to relate. Parang community building.
Yeah.
That's how I was able to discover birth charts and astrology.
Ang kito, ang supportive ng mom mo about it. Also, she's like, oh, ayan, mami, pakita mo ganyan. Pero at that time, like, inano mo na siya, nag-deep dive ka na sa birth charts na. Kasi, di ba, most of the time, people will go for the zodiac sign, yung ano lang, parang the sun sign, right? The month, the day we were born, that's it. It stops there for many.
Yeah.
Pero kailan ka parang nag-deep dive sa birth chart and all the other aspects?
Yung birth chart na talaga, I think this was around senior high school. This was around the start of 2018. That's when I discovered, oh my gosh, there's like a whole map and it's so complicated. And it came to the point that ever since I discovered that, I was like, sige nga, let's try it on other people. So it was like a huge trial and error. I would pull up people's birth charts and then I just start yapping and ask them, oh, how does this resonate with you? Have you tried this? Does this work for you? And they're like, oh my gosh, that's true. And some people are like, I don't feel that way, but I noticed this. And like, so it's this type of way that I get to connect with others and I get to discover things, to the point that because I've read for like a lot of people, not professionally, my goodness, I wasn't doing this professionally. So I read for like hundreds and like I kept learning about them, to the point I even made like astrology as part of my thesis. Like that's how obsessed, it's how like intense my love for like astrology is, and that's how I'm able to like connect with others in a way. That's why.
Oh my gosh.
Ayun. So,
ikaw naman, Miss Prei.
So some of you know me that I do tarot readings,
Oo.
right? But I think it started last year. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, paano kung incorporate ko yung astrology with tarot readings? And then, after that, my readings became like deeper and clearer. Parang it has like a different language. Yeah, and then, akala ko before kasi, parang it's so hard to incorporate those two. But actually, hindi. It's fun. Kasi, syempre, di ba, I asked their birthday then. So, aside dun sa energy and dun sa explanation ng tarot reading, I get to understand, okay, Virgo to. Kaya ganito. So, kahit yung sun sign lang nila, I get to add more dun sa readings nila. So, yeah. Actually, it's fun pala.
So,
Bakit kayo ko lang to sinimulan?
Okay lang, at least, di ba, nasimulan na. So, parang through the lens of the birth, parang sinisilip mo na rin yun. Like, when you would do readings na parang sinisilip mo na rin yung mga charts ng mga tao habang with the cards that guide you as
actually,
well.
I have this tarot deck. It has zodiac sign dun sa side. So, after ko i-read yung energy, yung tarot reading, ayun, may little sprinkle ng astrology. Yeah. And very, actually, for me, sobrang, I don't know, such a blessing na nakilala ko si Sophia. Kasi parang the way she introduced birth chart din sa akin, even though I was into it na, ang ganda niya mag-explain. And sabi ko, sige nga, I'll start to do more of it. So, thank you, girl.
Ang saya. And then kasi Beyond Senses started offering this, mga late 2023, no?
Yeah.
Parang ganun. Oo. So, yeah.
Kasi for me, guys, mahirap talaga ang mag-read ng birth chart. It's not easy.
Ang dami.
Ang
daming
niya.
aspeto.
Ang daming aspeto talaga. Hindi lang siya parang ito yung energy mo. So, hindi ko talaga siya in-offer before. But right now kasi I'm falling in love na sa astrology. Yun nga, because of
saya.
Sophia din. So, tingnan natin.
Okay, I love that. Okay, how has, before we get to the questions din ng mga listeners natin, how has birth chart reading helped in your lives? Na-mention mo na rin, Sophia, that it helped you like connect with other people. How about the people closest to you din? Parang is because you understand their charts, nakakapag-communicate. Like, how has it helped in your relationships then?
For me,
And helping others as well.
what I love about it kasi is the fact that my empathy, tapos yung pasensya ko sa mga tao, it grows. And even though, let's say, maybe they may not exactly understand it in the beginning because it's quite complicated, right? But in a way, I'm able to understand na, this person, just because they need space, that doesn't mean they hate me.
Okay,
It's just their right. So I'm being able to like connect and give compassion and not judge someone like based on their attitude, because sometimes, of course, as people, we tend to be ignorant, or like we tend to forget that people are going through like different like patterns, behaviors, the way they grow, right? And sometimes
Personalan minsan.
yeah, kaya minsan psychologically, kahit meron dun, syempre you don't want to come to someone and say, oh my gosh, ganto ganyan ka because your parents are like that. Syempre, we don't want to like rub it off on people, right? That's why astrology was like a way for me, aside from like connecting, I'm also able to like find ways to like understand and like have compassion for people who are different than me. Kasi not gonna lie, I still have moments na, ano ba yan? Ba't ganito sila mag-isip? Hindi ko maintindihan. And then, the moment I check their chart, okay, never mind. I shouldn't have judged them because of that. So, having compassion for them and for myself is what
Ganda
makes
naman
it true.
nun.
Yeah.
Parang isipin mo if the world had more compassion, not necessarily reading and understanding, but like the birth chart, but like yung ganun lang na parang naz-zoom
That
out
type.
na, ito kasi yung parang what we're dealing with, what we have as in this world, in this lifetime. So that's really cool. Ikaw, what do you love about it? Aside from how it helped deepen your practice sa pag-tarot reading din.
For me, I think before kasi, I used to think, I'm a Virgo. Yun pala, that's only my sun sign. But actually, guys, I'm a Scorpio rising. So, parang first, I get to like understand myself more. And with that, parang most of my clients din kasi, they always ask me, hala, Miss Prei, it's retrograde. Like, ano yung...
Oo nga, no?
Ang dami talaga nagtatanong na parang even pag sign nila ng contract, pagbili ng mga gamit, ang dami nilang question about it. And for me, I think since nagpa-practice na din ako nito, it's not something that you should be scared of, but you should prepare for it, diba? So parang yun din yung maganda if you get into astrology. Hindi ka na natatakot sa mga bagay-bagay.
No, if you think about it, like even let's say before even people knew about retrogrades, think about it. You've been through so many retrogrades. Hindi lang Mercury, my Venus, my Jupiter, my Saturn.
There's so many.
There's so many and we don't realize it pala. And then the moment na, I think when
Na-label
people gain the
kasi,
awareness,
oo.
natakot sila. Kasi, oh my gosh, the world is doomed. I'm like, no, you've been there. You've done it before. It's just, wala, pang double check lang, prepare beforehand. Wala, at least may
It's more
tool
of like
ka.
awareness.
Yes,
Yeah.
ayun.
Na parang, uulan ng onte, so magkakapote ka, ganyan,
Yes,
mag-umbrella, ganyan.
totoo.
Okay, well, speaking of that nga, di ba, parang a lot of people fear those things coming in. So, debunk nga tayo ng mga myths, misconceptions that come with birth chart reading.
So, I think one of like the myths or misconceptions, like what you've said earlier, Prei, na akala mo na your sun sign is like it's who you are at your core. Like,
Yeah.
it defines everything. Oh, I'm a Virgo, so ganto lang ako. But sometimes, I notice some people, they don't relate eh. Parang, I don't
Yeah.
feel like a Virgo, or I don't feel like a
Right.
certain sign. Yun pala, you're not only your sun sign. There's so much more to astrology, to your birth chart. Like, things to consider: your moon, your rising, Venus, Mars. Like, it's so complicated that it makes us totally nuanced and different people. Even though, let's say, we're the same sign, sun sign pero yun pala, we're so complicated pala. At least, in a way, at least we're not boxing ourselves into one single thing. And then I can empathize and like understand others are like, astrology isn't true because I don't relate to it because I'm not naman my sun sign. Yeah, little do you know pala, you have a whole map of your chart and you haven't looked into it. So go look into it, diba? Ayun.
Oh my gosh. Yung mga misconceptions din na, can we actually talk about, kasi diba there's the big three. Yung
Yeah.
sun, yung position of where it was.
Yeah.
Yung moon, what does that cover?
So your moon sign is like your subconscious, what you feel deep down when no one else is
Yeah,
around. So like what other people don't see
And ang sun sign naman
is how you naturally express yourself to others.
So yun yung parang
Yes.
face value.
Face
Yun
value.
lang siya.
Yeah.
Or would it?
Our
Okay.
sun sign expression, rising is the face value. Like your rising impression of you, like how people perceive you.
Yeah.
Your sun sign is how you express yourself. Your moon sign is how you feel.
Okay. Tapos
Deep
marami
down.
pang planets yun. So,
Yeah.
but it's the big three kasi yun yung, why is it called the big three? Kasi yun yung main, strongest.
Yes, it's like your main in terms of like how you navigate life, especially with your rising. That's like your blueprint of how you're going through like seasons, especially the months coming in. And actually, makakatulong yun sa'yo. Kasi the rest is like what? Venus, how you love. Mars, how you fight. What motivates you. Mercury, how you process, how you think. So, it's so like complicated. There's so much layers to like explore.
Oh my gosh.
Ayun.
Ano pa? Meron pa bang ibang yung mga usual na sinasabi ng mga tao that's not necessarily like true?
For me, people ask me, does astrology predicts your future, right?
Yeah.
Kasi, di ba, dun sa 8th house mo, yung career, minsan nakalagay doon, okay, pang medical ka, ganyan. Well, actually, no. It's like a user manual lang. Para mas magkakaroon ka lang ng life choices. Like, mas madadagdagan. For example, nasa creatives ka, and then a part of you parang, hala, parang hindi to yung for me. Parang, gusto ko tong mga series na related sa medical. O yun pala, pagdating natin sa birth chart mo, pwede ka pala dun sa career path na yun. So, it's more of like that. Hindi siya nagpe-predict ng future. It doesn't mean na hindi mo siya sinunod is hindi ka na magiging successful. No,
Yeah.
it's just, you'll have more choices.
At
in
least
life.
you have, at least you
Yeah,
have a
right.
tool. Like, it's not like a Bible, like, oh, this is your chart. This is like, you're forever. Like, you're doomed. I'm like, no. Like, there's so many layers and like energies that your birth chart it's up for interpretation. That's why we always advise like talking to like astrologers about it, because at least they're able to like help you navigate like patterns or things in your life based sa birth chart mo. Yun.
And for those people din na parang, kasi 'di ba during like midlife crisis, hala, gusto ko mag-change ng path. So you can look into it then.
Yung parang ano pa yung options
Ano
na
pa yung
available?
options ko? Especially kasi may mga people na sobrang gusto nila mag-explore about their life. So yun, pwede din nilang tingnan doon.
For soul searching,
Yeah,
pang-discover yourself.
totoo.
We love growth. Ayun.
Pasok din ba dito yung mga like places? Kasi diba there's also like astrocartography pa yun, diba?
Yes.
Pasok din yun sa birth
Yes,
chart. Like,
like-
it's there also.
Yes, like based on your birth chart, there are like places na mas babagay sa'yo sa career mo, or mas babagay na mag-soul searching ka dito, or like, mas bagay to settle with the family if you're here. And then there's some place na sa, be careful because baka you might be too hypnotized sa place. May mga ganun din. So,
Plus
ayan.
the people around you as well, your relationships are like the major
Oh
relationships.
yeah,
ang
like the
laki
major
nun.
like themes, it's going to be prominent based on where you live. So like, hindi lang pala birth chart, guys. May mga iba't ibang aspeto, iba't ibang astrology that you can utilize, diba?
Totoo.
So it's refreshing. Again, it's not your end all be all. It's just there lang.
So it's not your future.
Yeah.
It's not your end all be all. It's just a big guide on what you can base it on. Na
Yes.
if you align with what works for you. Ganyan. So why would you say we need it? Kung parang guide lang pala siya. Ganon.
In a way, for me kasi, in terms of like the need, I think it's more so the fact that we, as humans, we always love to learn and discover new things about ourselves. And I think we're always on that never-ending quest of discovery and learning new things. And like it's not like you master yourself, eh. And sometimes in life you're going to go through like periods and changes in your life where you're going to question everything. So at least nandyan siya.
Okay. I
So,
love that.
Oo, so kahit papaano, because I'm sure aside from astrology, there are other spiritual practices or other things or mediums that can help you, learn about yourself. At least nandyan sila. So at least there's like a buffet, like there's always something for everyone.
Yeah, sa bagay. When you think about it, diba, may yung Myers-Briggs. There's always like, there's information available, and sa buhay naman natin, we always try to find meaning in everything. So if it's there, we have astrology as an option to see where we can resonate with. Ang ganda nun. I love that. So, meron pa mga FAQs, yun na yan, generally, top of mind. May na-miss pa ba tayo?
I guess, I'm sorry. I guess one last thing is like when people look at astrology, they look at the horoscope, right? And then they're like, I don't resonate
Right.
with this week's horoscope. Or like, because again, you don't look for your sun sign, and then that's not the point. Now you just look at your horoscope. That's why there's birth charts for a reason. And then baka, fun fact lang, if you do not resonate with your sun sign sa horoscope mo, baka you can look into your moon and rising.
So pwede mo ring anuhin
may choices ka sa horoscope mo.
So hindi lang siya for the sun sign.
Yeah, it's not only like a sun sign thing. Yun pala, if you don't resonate, sige, lipat ka sa moon at rising mo, baka mas mag-resonate sa'yo. Ayun. The more you know, ayaw mo yun, may options ka.
Ang saya.
Yun.
Ayun. And I wanna add lang din, kasi for sure, you always get this question. Kailangan po ba exact yung time of birth? Of course.
Yes.
Kasi promise talaga, parang kahit like, for example, 7:02 ka pinanganak, then nilagay mo 7:01, biglang yung sun sign mo iba na. Kasi even sa mga twins, 'di ba? Kahit sabihin natin like same kayo ng hospital, same kayo ng birthday, iba pa rin kasi yung time of birth.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oo nga,
Sobrang
no?
ibang-iba siya.
Isang minute lang can change. Mag-move na
Talagang
bigla yung moon
biglang
niya.
gaganon yung universe.
I think there's jokes about it nga na, like, I think mothers, like, what they would do, like, oh my gosh, my baby cannot be a Capricorn rising. So they like try to push a specific time.
Oh my
It's
God.
crazy. I mean, as a joke,
Pero
yun.
meron din, no?
Yeah,
Na
pero there
tinatiming
are.
na kailangan lumabas siya at this time.
Yes, so I'm so impressed by mothers who like really like specific sa months sa month like like type of season na para mailabas yung baby nila.
Wow.
Ayun, so like that's another story for another day.
Okay.
Ayan.
Wow. All right. Ganda. Ang dami. And we're just really like, not even scratching, but kind of like glossing through the surface here. But yeah, paano kung tulungan ako ng astrology, ng birth chart reading? So a few days ago, nag-post ako sa broadcast channel at sa Telegram na rin ng kung sinong gustong masagot ang mga paano kung question nila through a birth chart reading. Tas ang saya, thanks sa mga nag-submit. We got to choose 3 of them, which sila Miss Sophia and Miss Prei will answer based on your birth charts. Kaya important talaga yung saktong time and the location, the birthday as well. And ang saya kasi most of the time, yung mga paano kung questions natin, alam niyo naman minsan na may iba sa inyo naghihintay na lang mga 1 taon or more. But ito, sobrang fresh na mga questions na to. So I love that. So let's start with Maria's question. Sabi niya, paano kung okay ka na pero hindi ka pa rin masaya? Honestly, this is just a random thought na naisip ko one night. Parang I was assessing myself, okay naman ako and stuff, pero parang may kulang palagi. Why can't I be happy that I'm okay? So yeah, sinend yung birth details, which obviously we will keep private, but based on the question at pag-match ng birth chart, o diba na-challenge natin sila eh. Napa-breakdown daw sila ng onte.
grabe. Ginamit ko lahat ng powers ko talagang.
Oh my
So,
God.
okay.
Ang saya.
Pero it's fun naman. It's fun.
Okay.
I think this is what I enjoy the most is because I don't usually get these types of questions. So it's like very refreshing for me as a birth chart reader. So to answer her question, based sa chart niya kasi, I noticed that she may be the type to constantly seek and explore what's beyond or what's out there. Parang future-oriented siyang tao. At dahil future-oriented siyang tao, she may be the type of person na she wants to just think of what's ahead. And because she's so busy trying to attain and reach what's ahead, that she forgets to be present with herself. So if ever you're listening right now, Maria, I also want to ask you, what is your definition of happiness? Or what is happiness supposed to look like? Kasi, syempre, we might have a predetermined idea of what happiness is supposed to be like for us. And baka maybe that's why you're dissatisfied or not happy with your current situation, even though you say it yourself na, okay naman. But maybe there's a part of you that's maybe seeking more. So, I would advise you, maybe it's time for you to be emotionally present with yourself. If that's the case bala, because the things that you may be seeking, baka this whole time they're just right in front of you. Because again, what is happiness to you? They can be big or small. So don't let external forces, factors, or social media dictate or box you on what happiness is supposed to look like for you. Ayun. So that's what I noticed sa chart niya.
Ang saya.
Yeah. Do you wanna add on to it, Prei? Or if you
Well,
notice anything?
Yeah. And to Maria, sana piece of advice lang din. Sometimes change is good, right? Kasi for me din, nung nakita ko yung chart niya, when I say change, it doesn't mean na you have to change your partner, you have to change your career path, but sometimes it's about perspective. Yeah.
Right.
Kasi to add lang dun sa sinabi ni Sophia, for me, a lot of things are already in front of you. But the thing is, siguro kaya din na-attract si Joel dun sa question mo is to actually help you realize na you're okay and you're gonna be okay pa. Kasi feeling ko talaga dun sa sinabi mo na about the future,
Yeah.
parang she's so worried about a lot of things na hindi pa nangyayari. Well, gets naman kasi same.
Yeah.
I also overthink sometimes. But gusto ko lang talagang mas magbigay ng reassurance na you're gonna be okay. And you're gonna be more successful pa, di ba? Actually, I saw her sa chart niya sa 8th house, di ba? Sobrang...
Her 6th house, her Jupiter in Cancer 6th house, her daily life, her routine, her lifestyle, she's actually super blessed. It's actually not something for her to be worried about masyado. I think the only thing you should worry about is kasi, ang dami, paano ko?
Wow.
Ano
Ano
problem,
diba?
Maria?
Okay,
Ang
okay.
problem, diba? Pero yeah, she's actually super blessed sa daily life niya, sa health niya, sa lifestyle. So, baka, yun nga, just trying to explore pa what's out there.
And what is
yun nga.
happiness to her. Parang
Yeah.
ano yung definition ng happiness. Kasi
Yeah.
yung happiness can be different on this day, bukas iba, or maybe
yeah.
nakiki-happiness siya sa ibang tao, ganyan.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I love that.
of course, just to reassure her, baka whatever you're feeling, it's not permanent, it's not forever, and it will always pass. So I hope that gives you that type of comfort.
I
Ayan.
love that. Okay, ang cool.
Hey! Whether it's a struggle you can't seem to get through or a dream that seems too daunting for you, this is Mirza Season telling you that you can do this. Let's figure it out or find someone who can. I'm a confidence coach and host, an ex-editor, ex-model, ex-20-something, ex-30-something, exactly who you need to help you navigate through life's ins and outs. What are you waiting for? Let's go! You can do this.
This is so fun. Okay, si Emma naman ang tanong, paano kung nawawalan na ako ng hope? Kung magkakajowa pa ba ako o hindi? I've been in a relationship twice. The first time is for 6 years, and the second is for only 3 months. But I fell too deeply in love with the second one. I'm not so sure if I've already moved forward. But I'm absolutely grateful for that person because he taught me that love really does exist. Now, I can see that he had already moved on with someone else, but I cannot even glance at potential. It's been 4 years. I cannot move forward. So, anong nakita niyo sa birth chart niya about this?
You wanna start? I could like just add on to it.
Alright,
Sige. Let that you've noticed.
Straightforward lang tayo.
Yes, let's do a...
Yeah. For me kasi, dun sa question niya na paano kung nawawalan na akong hope kung magkakajowa pa ako, gets naman. Kasi imagine, if you've been feeling like for that for like 4 years, like gets. Pero for me kasi, I think it's also time to, like, know what you really want. Yes, kasi sometimes, alam mo naman sa sarili mo na parang, okay, this person is not good for me, but, teka, sobrang gusto ko siya, sobrang love ko siya, so ipipilit natin. Sometimes the universe is already parang giving us a lot of signs, pero feeling ko, kailangan niya din kasi na acceptance on her end. Like dun sa chart niya, parang naka-highlight na kailangan mong magkaroon na acceptance with what you really want.
Oh.
Yeah, kasi feeling ko meron diba?
Yes.
Madami pa talagang dadating. But the thing is, ano ba talaga yung gusto mo? Kasi if in the first place, alam mo na red flag na yung isang person, why would you still continue? Right?
Yeah. Now that you mentioned that, I'd also like to add kasi I think the things that you've been saying, it's also the emphasis of her Saturn.
Yeah, the
Saturn.
Yung Saturn,
fun,
what covers the Saturn, ano naman?
ano siya, challenges, discipline, delays. So I noticed that it's in her 7th house of partnerships and like relationships. So she may struggle with like finding partners, or baka it's like always not working out, or like they're not as long term, or
Kaya
ibig
hindi siya
sabihin
makausad dito sa last one na 3 months lang niya minahal.
Yeah.
3 months naging sila rather.
Yeah, and I also like want to give her like a sense of comfort because she mentioned that yun nga, 'di ba, she was together with this guy for 3 months and she's grateful that he was the one who taught her love. But in the first place, why did you break up with that guy? Then that just means hindi lang ikaw, baka yung guy din na incompatible kayo, things didn't work out, and that's totally okay. Syempre, ayaw naman natin pilitin natin yung sarili natin sa tao na alam mo yung hindi talaga mag-work out. So also, it's natural na we can't help but fall for people. Like that's out of our control. What we can control, and I noticed na you kept saying about this acceptance thing, right? Yeah. And in regards to like potential, and she kept mentioning, I haven't seen a potential in 4 years. Is there this pressure that you should get married at a specific time? Is there this pressure that you should be together with someone? I believe God, or like the universe, is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate and assess, or maybe focus your relationships on others, because hindi mo pala alam, baka they're preparing you for something. Again, with Saturn, delays, pero of course, those delays, they're never denied. They're going to reward you for your hard work. So baka in her relationships, there are things that she's been tolerating, tapos yun pala masakit sa kanya, tapos hinahayaan lang niya. So use this as an opportunity to like discover and notice how you interact with your relationships with others. Not only romantic, but also like platonic, and sa mga
Kasi
friends
kasama
mo.
din yun, no? Partnerships. Is that
Yes.
part of the friend? Basta
One-on-one.
all your relationships with other people na one.
Yes. So like, kung ganun, edi, ano pa pala siya? Diba, there's the saying na the people you surround yourself with is a reflection of who you are. So they hold a mirror up to nature. So in other words, then if that's the case, they may magnify or emphasize who you are, or what you tolerate, or how you feel about yourself as a person. So it's important to like look into that and maybe discover things na, kaya pala I'm attracting this certain partner because yun pala hala, I don't have those boundaries with myself, diba? Those types of things.
Or bakit di rin siya makausad pa and is like still hyper-fixated
yeah,
on
on
this
like,
one
oh, I have to
person.
like get a partner because I need like this specific thing, diba? So it's more like complicated and nuanced. But I just wanna give her comfort because of Saturn. They're there to like reward you. So baka you might end up like finding love baka later pa in life. That's what they usually.
That's what I see then. Yeah.
So like the discipline and hard work to really like through good times and bad, really sit down like with your partner, whether this be your friend or your partner, like talk to them, be with them, like really communicate like through it all, thick and thin, through good times and bad. So grabe.
You know what's funny? Kasi when you were explaining it, there's like well, it's numerology.
Nego.
Like number 6 keeps appearing. Like while you were saying that. So, well, sprinkle lang ng numerology.
Go.
Feeling ko for this person, Emma, hopefully 6 months from now, if may pa gano, may pa surprise. If take mo to, like, of course, with a grain of salt, and sana talagang mag-sink in. Feeling ko 6 months from now, there's gonna be someone, and that person, yun nga lang. It's
Yes.
either that person is gonna be your person, or that person is gonna teach you a lesson again. So, may someone, may na-feel lang ako. Yeah.
And the fact that it's been this long kasi sa
4 years.
eh.
6
So
months
like
from
in 6
now.
months, wow.
Kailan yun? So,
January. January.
We're like halfway through the
Oh,
year.
so abangan
like,
natin yan. Oh my gosh!
That's so exciting.
Exciting. So, kasi nawawalan na siya ng pag-asa kung magkakajowa. Pwede naman, 'di ba? It's
That's valid.
It's not impossible na.
We don't want naman to like say now, no, you should have hope. Ayaw naman natin na iganon yung tao, diba?
That's true. Okay. And finally, grabe tong question na to. This was like the most like meaty, ang daming factors. But I guess, I hope it gave you more insight din sa pag-read ng question niya. Pero si Riley, ang tanong, paano kung breadwinner ako, hirap sa finances, mag-work pa kaya ang relationship na meron ako ngayon? Miss Joelle, 21 years old pa lang ako. Breadwinner na ako ng pamilya. Dati, nakiusap lang ako sa magulang ko na pag-aralin ako para ako na ang magpaaral sa mga kapatid ko. Di kasi kaya na mag-aral kami ng sabay-sabay sa college dahil sa tuition. Ngayon, nakatapos na yung dalawa pero may isa pa akong tinutulungan. Bukod doon, every sahod kailangan pa ding magbigay para sa gastusin sa bahay habang nagma-master's degree ako. 2 semester na lang pero ito rin yung pinakamagastos kasi thesis na ang kasunod. Sa love life naman, I'm bi. Galing ako sa 3-year relationship na nauwi sa hiwalayan. Ang bigat kasi, ang daming misunderstandings, piled up resentment, at honestly, parang hindi talaga kami magka-wavelength. Ako naman, all throughout the relationship, sinubukan kong i-communicate yung needs at wants ko. Pero paulit-ulit na lang, paulit-ulit din akong napapagod. One time, nagtanong ako sa'yo kung paano mag-move on kung ang nakipaghiwalay dahil sa lahat ng sama ng loob ay naipon. Sabi mo, and I really took it to heart, it's not bad to choose yourself. You did the very best you could. You cannot expect people to change for you. Tapos, binalikan mo ako ng tanong na, in the future, you can also process how to avoid these resentments. Wow, I love that you were taking notes here. Do you think there are ways you can resolve to communicate differently? What did you learn from this relationship? Siyempre, nag-reflect ako, nagbago for the better. Love that! Hindi siya madali, pero sinikap kong matuto. Pagkatapos ng kalahating taon ng pagiging single, may nakilala ako sa dating app. At honestly, nakakagulat kasi ang bilis ng connection. Magka-wavelength kami. Kinausap ko siya agad, kinilala. 2 weeks pa lang, minute ko na agad para malinaw na. Ayun, nagtuloy-tuloy na. In-apply ko lahat ng natutunan ko. Nag-communicate ako ng mas malinaw. Ngayon, kapag may tampuhan, napag-uusapan agad. Walang sigawan, walang cold war, masaya ako, maayos kami. Pero ito na nga, Miss Joelle, dahil breadwinner ako, palaging limitado ang budget. Kahit gustuhin kong sabayan siya, hindi ko kaya. Ilang travel na rin ang siya ang gumastos. Gift-giving din ang love language niya, kaya minsan nahihiya ako na hindi ko siya mabigyan pabalik. Nagigilty, nanliliit ako. Kapag ako naman ang gumagastos, nadadagdagan naman ang stress ko sa pera. Kaya lately, nagsasabi na lang ako ng busy ako para umiwas sa labas at gastos. Hindi ko siya masisi, nag-iisang anak siya, mas komportable ang buhay. Sinabi ko naman na sa kanya yung totoo, na tight talaga ako sa budget. Pero may mga times na parang nakakalimutan niya. Tapos mapipilitan na lang akong gumastos para lang hindi masira ang moment. Ngayon, napapatanong na talaga ako sa sarili ko. Dapat ba talaga akong umiwas muna sa relationship kung hindi pa ako financially capable? Pwede bang magtagal ang isang relasyon kung hindi naman pantay ang kakayahang pinansyal? At kung masaya naman kami pero hindi sustainable ang lifestyle, paano ba to pwede i-handle nang hindi ko binibitawan ang sarili ko, ang pamilya ko o siya?
Ang lalim.
Dami nun.
Ang meaty.
Ang dami.
Ang sarap i-dissect. Grabe. So like, okay, let's take this piece by piece muna. I noticed like Riley's a very family-oriented person.
That's true.
And being the breadwinner, she did not mention na parang nakakainis pamilya ko or what. Wala naman ganun eh. Kasi she really wants to like provide and be there for her family. And she mentioned her partner is like understanding, wala naman Cold War. Pero did she mention na parang nagtatampo or yung lalaki if hindi siya makaano? Kaya that's why like she's avoiding it.
May struggle doon na hindi niya masabayan.
Kasi no, I noticed, based sa chart niya, ito because she's like, you have Sagittarius Pluto in the 8th house. What does that mean? So you might experience power or financial struggles, like shared financial struggles with others. So pro tip, because I'm also an 8th house placement person, if you have a partner and you notice na your money is like getting drained more than stable or earning, ibig sabihin, they may not be the person for you, because the person for you, even based on your chart, is someone who's understanding of your situation and who's also family-oriented. So, kung na-communicate naman niya yun, instead na magtampo si guy, hindi ba dapat na as the guy, you're understanding and like you're able to like support her or find ways, if you can't date outside, bond with her family or find ways to like work around that and like support her. And then unless that's a deal breaker ng guy na hindi, dapat maggastos, diba? Kasi at the end of the day, unfair naman yun kay girl. And of course, I also observed sa chart niya na did you know na in terms of like relationships, it's not a priority in your lifetime, Riley. Not saying na hala, so ibig sabihin I'm not supposed to have a jowa. Hindi. Actually, sa past life mo, na master mo, na in this lifetime, they're just there to complement you. So relationships are not there to be like, as in yun yung main important. Actually, mas important nga yung family niya eh. Yeah, so like, if your partner can at least complement that, then better, diba?
Okay.
At least, to give you the comfort na I hope you're able to, like, number one, establish boundaries with him and let him understand how important it is na you're like a family-oriented person and you want to provide, because you're in this lifetime, you're meant to balance relationships. That's your Libra in the 7th house of balancing. And also with her Cancer, Mars, and Venus, she's meant to nurture and cultivate an environment for her family. She's meant to provide and nurture her family. So she needs a partner who also respects that. Ayan. So I hope he's like able to kasi if he's like struggling to understand that, then maybe they may not be the partner for you. Kasi, diba? Kasi you're meant to balance relationships with others. And I totally get na you don't want to let go of him. Pero unfair naman din sa'yo at the end of the day. Diba? So it's a matter of like balancing everything. Ayan. Do you like to like add on to that?
Well,
Or
feeling
like,
ko kasi yung sa Libra niya din. Parang nalilito siya na parang every time na there's a part of her na okay, bibitaw na ako. Parang, ay hindi, wait, masyado na ako nag-invest. Diba? Nakita ko din yun eh. Pero for me din talaga, I think the more na ipipilit yung situation. Well, I'm not saying na you should let go, but for me kasi, this is a perfect like example na piliin mo yung sarili mo ngayon. Kasi the fact na ikaw na din yung nagsabi na my family is very important and you know, sila yung nagmamatter. And yun lang, parang binabalik lang namin sa'yo na ito yung nagmamatter ngayon. And for sure, the right person will understand. Right? Kasi, I don't know, like, sa dami ko na ding nakausap ng mga clients, for me, nagigets ko yung gigil na, hala, baka siya na yung for me. Hindi ko talaga siya kaya i-let go. Pero swear, sometimes it's okay to like let go and then see if kayo talaga.
Okay.
Kasi doon ka mas magkakaroon ng realization eh. Pero yun nga, going back, yung Libra niya kasi.
Yeah, her
Kaya
seventh
parang
house.
nalilito
Okay.
siya. Nalilito talaga siya. Gets ko naman. Pero ayan, nandito kami ni Sophia. It's okay, girl.
So, parang ang advice, parang what you're seeing is the priority ay yung family. And if
Yeah.
after doing all of this, communicating further, whatever, walang nagbago, na hindi, like, na mas nasa-sacrifice na yung pera, maybe the lesson is, makilala mo lang na possible kang makakilala ng tao na ka-wavelength mo.
Yeah.
Yes.
And more?
I think I wanna add din na maybe since na-mention mo na, very understanding tong person na to, ang dami ko nang nakilala, siya yung pinaka-understanding, pwede din siya yung right person for you, but this is not the right time for the both of you. Yun din
Possible
eh.
din yun.
Oo. Ano bang sign yan?
Parang siya even, I don't know, because even based on her chart, as a Cancer Venus
Totoo.
So like even the way she loves, parang,
Sobrang,
I get why she would spend like with her partner sa mga date kasi you want to like provide and like nurture and like be there for them if that's their way of bonding because that's
Okay.
how she always shown her love sa
grabe
family
siya
niya.
magmahal to the point na,
Check ko yung ano niya, yung birthday.
grabe siya magmahal to the point na,
Kahit big three niya,
Her big three,
ay, pwede mo sabihin.
ano siya, she's a Leo sun.
Okay.
Oh, Leo. And she has a Virgo moon.
Yeah.
And she's an Aries rising. Oh, like you.
yung Aries rising.
Ayan.
Okay.
So, I think with her Virgo moon, like, she's being, like, too hard on herself
Yeah.
din sa mga bagay. Tapos with, of course, as a Leo sun and her Cancer Venus, like, the way she loves, malalim.
Grabe
Grabe.
talaga.
So, like, have something for yourself naman din.
Ano siya, no? Parang siya yung type of person na, okay, sige, sa'yo na to lahat. Love kita, ganyan kita ka-love. Tapos, when you
Walang
look
natira.
at her, wala na. Siya yung type of person na kaya niyang ibigay yung buong pagkain niya sa'yo.
Oh, no.
Ganun siya magmahal. Sobrang genuine, sobrang deep. Kaya pag nasaktan, sobra din.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yun ang advice nila Miss Sophia and Miss Prei sa inyo based on your birthdays and your birth charts. Yeah, sobrang ano pa lang yun. Medyo patikim towards a specific question. But, yeah, what exactly, but those are the 3 questions. And paano kung tulungan ako ng astrology? What do you do after a birth chart reading? Na parang, okay, let's say, as in, inupuan nyo, you covered all the bases. Syempre kasi yung question na to, very specific lang, covering certain aspects of their birth chart. But in a session, like more comes in, you cover everything actually, no? Pretty much. What do you do after that? What do they do after that? What should they do? What can they do?
If that's the case I tell my clients like after birth chart reading, sit down with it. Because it's a lot to take in. Because every time I give birth chart readings, minsan nagugulat sila, ha? Ang dami pala. Dami ko. No, it's okay.
Right.
You don't have to like memorize this all in one night. You're not meant to. Because it's parang nandyan lang siya.
Right.
Like you can look back on this experience and be like, oh, wait, may nasabi sa chart ko na parang ganito ako. And then you can look back. And that's what I love about it. Because like you never get to master it. Tapos ako naman, how I cleanse kasi after a birth chart reading, ay nako, before I wouldn't cleanse at all. So comes to a point na where I talk to people, tapos grabe, umiinit yung ulo ko.
no.
Not because I'm
Yeah.
angry, but I think mentally, because it's so complicated to read, na-exhaust yung yung tawag dito? Yung crown.
Right.
Crown chakra ko. So, it's important for me na really to hydrate. So, like after birth chart session, or a birth chart reading, I drink lots of water or take a shower para ma-cleanse lang lahat ng energy na yun. Ayun, so that's what I do.
What are things to keep in mind? Kasi nag-experience ako na someone said, okay, dapat at this point, ikasal ka na or magkaanak ka na, ganyan. Pero paano kung na-miss mo yung target date na yon or something like that? May ganun ba? May ganun ba based on your chart na, oh, this is the season of your life at this age, ito yung mga pagdadaanan mo and stuff like that. What if it doesn't happen or you choose differently?
There's nothing wrong with that. Kasi we go through different phases in our life, and also just because one aspect of our chart just mentions one thing, it's not about one thing. It's very nuanced. It's expounded. So like you're able to discover and explore and like notice patterns na kahit na hindi mo dinadaanan, na one point or another, eventually, you're gonna like go
Babalikan
through
mo
it.
lang
Tapos,
din.
yeah, because
Okay,
I
okay.
had moments like that din na I look back, parang hindi naman yun mangyayari sa akin. Imposible naman yun.
Okay.
After that, like, a year later, magulat ako, oh my gosh, isn't this what my chart was talking about? Hindi ko in-expect. So, like, eventually, like, you're able to, like, explore, discover, and realize things na hindi, kala mo, nung una, hindi natatap in ng chart mo. Tapos, later on in life, kasi we're growing
Yeah.
So, just because in the moment it may not resonate, it's either two things if they don't resonate with their chart. A, ibig sabihin, they've dealt with it before and they've finally grown and
Love
moved
that.
on.
Na ano na yung lesson. yung
Yes.
ganun. Okay.
Or number two, it may not resonate because there are other things in their life that they're too busy thinking about or prioritizing. That's why it may not resonate for them. Kasi they haven't really looked into that or focused on that area or season sa buhay nila.
But
Ayun.
it could come back, maybe not.
Yeah, and
the
it comes
lesson.
back in different
Okay.
ways as well. It can manifest in that way too. Ayun.
Okay.
That's true.
So, in a session, how does it work? Gaano katagal usually ang isang reading?
For me, it takes like an hour, but sometimes na-challenge ako kasi sorry, Prei. Kasi alam ko dapat 1 hour. Pero sometimes kasi there are some clients na, kasi usually the new clients, kaya pa 1 hour At least, madadigest nila. But there are some clients who are so into like astrology as well.
Alam na nila.
They gave me specific questions. Tuloy, nagkakwento ko. Parang nagiging counseling session yung birth chart reading.
Okay.
So I'm like, kung i-advance pa ba yun or what? Pero yeah, so parang it's like a one-on-one session where I get to like navigate and discover and like counsel or like find ways to work with their energy based on their charts. Syempre, I don't want, as a reader, I don't want personally to give unsolicited advice. So
Right.
I always like base it sa chart nila,
Parang
how they're
kung
able
asan
to
sila,
navigate.
where they are in the certain point in time,
Yes.
if life nila, and then if they have questions, parang how it's connected there.
Yes.
So, if they wanna book a session, you give your they give their details na parang birthday ganyan and then magse-schedule, 'di ba you send a PDF
Yes.
first or parang sabay ba siya tapos like how does it go?
Depends on the reading that you're availing for, because for some people they just want a written report scheduled on the specific day, so it's going to be sent your way. And then I know some people want a G-Meet session altogether, so for that naman, while we send a written report, you're also gonna have a scheduled reading with me, tapos magkwekwentuhan tayo, or technically I'm just gonna yap
Okay.
about your chart. And then if you have questions, you can like ask me about it, and then like we can learn and explore all the way.
What
on
are
the way.
different available like birth chart readings?
So for the available birth chart readings sa Beyond Senses, we have the full birth chart reading that covers all the houses, whole sign and Placidus system. We also cover love life, and we also cover career and finances.
Nako!
So if you're curious how you're able to like, how should I save my money, or where do I should invest my money, or like what should I focus my energy on para makarami ng pera, or how am I supposed to save, in what type of way, baka makikita din natin yun sa chart mo. Lalo na career, especially for fresh grads or people who are struggling to figure out their
confused
careers.
lang where to go
or
next.
confused, meron din yun sa
Parang lagi
astrology.
yung tinatanong sa tarot reading din eh. It's love. Kung lilipat ba ako sa ibang bansa, basta career, ganyan. So, nasasagot din siya sa birth chart. And even namamatch din ba ang birth charts ng mga tao?
Yes, I
Oh, the
love...
synastry.
Yes.
Synastry,
Oh my
right.
gosh, I forgot. Yes. we also have another service where I'm also able to dissect and talk about each other's compatibility. So hindi lang siya sun sign, as in including aspects. How do you get mad at each other?
Oh my
How do you show
gosh.
affection? Are you in the bedroom? Or like are you able to like explore and navigate like your dynamics? And let's say na kahit according to your charts pala, incompatible kayo. Pero for me, we're
can
going
you
to
do?
find ways to like
Make it work.
Make it work. Yes, of
Ooh.
course. Ayun.
Ayun, na-experience ko na yun, guys. Pero through another reader pa. So I'm actually so curious how Miss Sophia will interpret it as well. But the synastry, always so interesting. Ang saya, parang bago kayo ikasal, check nyo. Ang ganda nun.
Events po kami.
Hi! But yeah, where to find you or mga last, mga parting words about the work that you do.
So, ayun guys, if you're curious about like birth chart reading, tarot readings, and energy work. So, yung energy work, we have like echoes of before. So, basically, it's a past life written format, dream interpretation. Also, ang cute. Meron kaming, ayan, kung nakikita nyo, we're wearing it. Ayan. This is a fortune bracelet. So, this attracts like love, money, and this one is for grounding.
Ay,
naman.
meron ako niyan.
Ayan,
Hindi
that
ko
one.
hindi ko suot to, but yes.
And also, we have like a zodiac companion. So, hindi ko siya nadala, but you can check it out sa Shopee namin. It's already there.
It's crocheted like
Crochet,
zodiac
so
plush
cute.
toys. So
Sobrang
cute.
cute. Sobrang cute niya, as in. And of course, for birth chart, soon, hopefully, ito na, yung astrocartography.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gusto ko na,
Soon, soon, soon. Kasi, I just wanna add lang din. Kasi a lot of people are curious na, paano ako kapag pumunta ako, for example, sa UK or sa America, like, ano yung magiging buhay ko doon? Kasi, of course, like, in tarot readings, makikita din naman natin yun. But sometimes kasi when you incorporate like, or like use astrology talaga, mas deep siya eh. Kasi tarot readings is about energy. However, yung astrocartography, mas magkakaroon ng emphasis like dun sa mga things na need mo talagang malaman.
In specific spaces.
Specifics talaga.
Oh, ayan.
So,
if you
malay
want-
mo, diba? Dito doktor ka, dun pala artist ka.
Wow.
Yes, that's why I to further add on like astrocartography, kasi sometimes if any of you like are also curious, baka you also go and like maybe try to chat GPT it, but chat GPT or like AI doesn't give you like a proper analysis, and they just always give you positive shebang, like
Yes,
these
yes.
are places na mas creative,
Okay.
but baka it might not work with your personal birth chart. So we also advise and suggest to talk to a astrologer, me, so that we can like consult and like navigate kung anong places na babagay sa'yo in terms of sa career, settling down, love life, o kung gusto mo lang mag-soul search at mag-unwind.
Ganda. There's more. So yeah, no, coming soon din yan. Next time, we could open up for that as well. But, tas pop-ups, they have pop-ups anytime soon as well?
Actually, recently, palagi na kami nagpa-pop up. So, for those people na gusto kami makita in person, wow.
Yes!
Ayun. So, you can just like follow our page. So, on Facebook, it's Beyond Senses Tarot Reading Services. And we also post on TikTok and Instagram, Beyond Senses_PH. As in,
Nagla-live. Nagla-live
Oo,
din
nagla-live
sila.
kami, nag-events, lahat na po.
Yes, we had them also at our wedding last year. We had a cute tarot reading booth and that was so much fun. So, ayan, kung meron kayong mga events, you want to do something different, that's where it's at. I love that. Thank you guys so much. Thank
you.
Hi! Yeah, ang ganda. Kung iniisip ko yung tatlo na nag-question, parang feel ko kung ako kayo, parang I would want to kind of dive into it more. So if you're curious or nainggit kayo sa mga nagtanong, abangan nyo or reach out to them for like a full reading. But if you want more episodes like this, you can comment and let us know. We can have them back soon for more of those readings. But yeah, thank you guys. If may favorite insights kayo, tag us online at Joella Well for me, at Beyond Senses _PH then. And if you haven't yet, click the follow button, notification bell para alam nyo pag may mga bagong episodes, and I'll catch you on the next episode. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Kwentuhan ulit tayo soon. Always remember, may kasama tayo. May kasama ka lagi sa paghanap ng mga sagot sa mga paano kung sa buhay. You are valid, you are growing, and while there's so much meaning to be found in understanding the map of our life, don't forget to do the most important thing, living it. You always deserve the kind of life and the kind of love you want.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.